Hello humans, welcome back to my makeup room. Today is going to be a declutter. Nice little end of the year, clearing out my collection, making sure I'm not holding on to things that I don't like, that I don't use, that I don't care about, that take up space in my room. Now, I have this big box here, well, not big, the Sephora size box here, full of stuff that I'm getting rid of. Let's start with this item that just broke, actually. This is the Flower Beauty matte lipstick in Bare Honey. This actually just fell on the floor and the cap broke and it doesn't close anymore anyways. But I did decide I was going to get rid of this. I put it on today and it was just too nude, too peachy. It didn't really complement my skin tone. So I decided that it's time to go. And clearly I picked the right time because it's broken now anyways. So that's going straight in the garbage. Let's carry on with lips. This is the Kat Von D, what are they, Everlasting Liquid Lipsticks in Outlaw. It's a nice blue red, but I kind of went on a quest for red lipsticks when I bought this, and now I have quite a few, and I like them better than this one. I haven't worn it too many times, but one of my main problems is the wand is too long. I don't have enough control. So I'm okay with getting rid of this. I haven't worn it that often. I've only worn it a couple times in the time I've had it, so it's time to let this one go out of my collection. Next we have a blush. This is a blush, an e.l.f. blush quad. It's a this is an e.l.f. blush quad. It's this one. I just realized that I'm never going to use this. I've had it in my collection for a while and I never reach for it. I have similar colors. The only one I'm super drawn to is that bright pink up there, and I just don't need to keep this in my collection if I know I'm not going to use it. So it's time to go. Next we have a highlighter. This, I'm very sad didn't work for me. This is the Disney Villains collection. It's the Maleficent Super Shock highlighter. And this formula is really, really nice, but this color is too dark for me. It doesn't work on my skin. I'm far too pale for this. So there's no sense in me keeping it because it doesn't work for me. But I mean, the packaging is beautiful. And the formula is nice. So if this works for you, go all out. But it doesn't work for me. Let's see. This is a lip liner. This is the Essence Soft Contouring Lip Liner. It's in the shade 04 So Lovesick. I think when I bought this, I thought it was going to be a different color. So I ended up with too many red lip liners, and I just don't need this one. I have some nice Dose of Colors ones, and this Essence one is honestly going because it's the cheapest out of all of them, and I just don't need that many. Now, this is the Zoeva Sweet Glamour face palette. It's a blush palette, I suppose. Now you may notice one of these is missing. I don't love the formula of these blushes. They don't really last on me. This highlight is very powdery and does not live up to any of the other highlighters in my collection, and I just wasn't reaching for this. Mostly probably because it's in a palette, but also because I'm not super enthralled by it. So I took out the shade Ideal Love, which is a very pale baby pink, and it's something I didn't have in my collection. I just slipped it in a little palette, like a magnetic palette, so I can keep that for later, but these ones I know I'm not going to use, so I'm just going to get rid of that one. Now I have two ColourPop lippy sticks. I have Little Tings, which is a cream, and Psych, which is a matte. Little Tings is just a very bright, cool tone pink, and Psych is kind of an orangey terracotta kind of a color, and these just aren't my shades. I really don't like wearing warm tones, and this is just a little bit too pink for me. I don't think I'm ever really gonna wear it, so I'm saying goodbye to these guys. Next we have another blush. This is the Milani Baked Blush in Dolce Pink. Now, if you saw my Cult Products I Don't Like video, you'll know that I really don't like this blush. The color is fine. It's a peachy pink with a gold shimmer, and I kind of like the color, but I just don't like the formula of these. Maybe it's this one in particular, but it just doesn't last in my skin. So it's time to say goodbye to that. Next, I have two ColourPop cream gel liner pencils. And I have the shade Crybaby, which is a lavender kind of a shade. And I have Zulu, which is a teal. Zulu, I think both of these, they kind of just dried out. They didn't last very long at all. And, oh shoot, I have another one. This one is Punch, the yellow. I'm getting rid of all three of these because they are not working up to my standards. Punch was actually still pretty creamy, but when I tried to use it today, and it wouldn't go on my waterline. It would go on my skin, but not my waterline. And that's where I wear pencil liners, so I don't need to have this. It's not working the way it should. And these two, they really didn't have any pigment payoff at all because they dried out. So I'm sad about that, but they're not working. It's time for them to go. Now we have a liquid highlighter. This is from Sephora. It's the Radiant Luminizing Drops. Let's see. I'll give a little swatchy swatch. Now these are actually pretty. I don't have anything against the formula. They're nice and reflective. What I have against them is the shade. Again, I think I bought this because it was on sale, and I wanted to experiment with putting highlight like under my foundation to give myself a nice glowy base, and it did work very nice like that, but it's just too dark for me. I am a ghost, and it's just not gonna work. I have another couple of ColourPop lippies. This is an Ultra Satin Lip. This is Dreamy. It's one of the Kathleen Lights ones. Again, it's a lot more warm than I want to wear. And this, I bought this and that was my bad. I bought the wrong color. This is Viper, and this is an ultra matte lip, and I'm pretty sure I got this sort of as a gift with purchase. And it's this purpley, mauve-y kind of a nude. And I just don't think it's a color I'm gonna wear. Although, I don't know. I don't have another color like this. Maybe I'll keep this around. Just because I don't have any color similar. And it is a cool tone, so there's a chance I might use it. But when the time comes for me to do another declutter, and if I still haven't used it, it's time to go. Next, we have a couple of lip products that I'm sure are expired. This is my NYX Lip Lingerie in Bedtime Flirt. It's a nice nude. It's a great nude on me. I really love this lipstick, but it is expired. It smells bad. Also, my tube warped. It's curved now. Let's hold it up to this one. You can see it's not straight anymore. It must have melted in the heat or something, but anyways, it's time for this one to go in the garbage. And then this is a NYX Liquid Suede. I think this one is also expired. It's very old. I don't know if it was doing this before, but it's not very evenly pigmented. It was going on very streaky, and so I don't know if it's expired or if it was always like that and I just didn't notice, but it's time to go. Next up, we have the item. I wasn't sure if I should put this in my empties or in my declutter bin because it's very nearly empty. I only have a little tiny bit left. I was using this up in my project pan, and I don't like this, so I'm getting rid of it. There's like a little bit left, so I just called it quits. I think I've done my due diligence to try and use it up, and I'm moving on to nicer things that I like better. So I think I'm just gonna dump out the little bit that's left and keep the sprayer because it has a nice sprayer, and it's always good to have a backup sprayer. In case one of the sprayers on your setting sprays craps out on you, it's good to have a little backup. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. Now we have a couple more eyeliners. These are Annabelle Kohl eyeliners. These are in Fiesta, which is a dark purple, and Lotus, which is a dark green. Now, these are wooden pencils, and they are very, very hard. Annabelle has a nice formula that I do really like, the Waterline Matte Kohl eyeliner. I have a couple of these, and these are so creamy and smooth and beautiful. And these ones are hard and firm and don't have very much pigment. And I think they're supposed to be metallic too. Maybe just the green one. But these are no good. I don't like them. I don't know anyone who would like them. I couldn't even put them on my lid. They're so hard. They just tugged and hurt, and I don't like them. So they're going away. Next up, we have another lip product that just kind of broke on me. It's Physicians Formula Muru Butter Lipstick, and this is in Brazilian Nut. Now, I was considering getting rid of this because, again, it's a bit more of a warm tone, and when I was twisting it up, it wouldn't twist back down again. So I was like, all right, well, that's a perfect sign for me to throw it away. So I'm getting rid of this one. Next up, we have a Ellipse Tinted Lip Balm in Perfect Nude. Now, as you can see, I was trying to use this up. I had it in my project pan for a while, and I haven't used it since I rolled it out of my project, and I've decided I just don't like this, and I'm not going to force myself to use it. I have so many other lip products that I like that it's not worth it. This smelled good. It smells like chocolate. It goes on pretty okay. It's a fine color, but it leaves like that white ring when it's like too nude and doesn't last well, and I just don't like it. So I'm getting rid of it. Okay, next up we have a spoiler from my testing AOA makeup from Shop Miss A. I don't know what order I'm putting these videos up in, but if you have seen that video, you will know which ones I'm getting rid of. This is the Go Brow Fiber Gel. It is very thick, very chunky. Would not recommend it to anybody. Don't like it. Away. This is the AOA Fat Lash Mascara. This wasn't terrible. It lengthened but did not volumize. And I would keep this as like a secondary mascara to sort of separate my lashes after I put on a more volumizing mascara. But I already have some ones that I like better open, and I don't want them to dry out for me to use this like $1 mascara. So I'm just going to get rid of this. The XL Long Lasting Shadow Stick in the shade Shimmer Drama. This is not creamy. It tugs on your eyelids, it pulls, it's painful. The effect is not enough for me to deal with that kind of hassle. Now this is the AOA Wonder Matte Liquid Lipstick in 2024 Vintage. This is really nice vampy red, and I did like the color, but it just went on streaky and patchy and not a good formula. Maybe the nude ones work better, but this dark one, no. It's a no from me. Now, these lashes in the form Style Tracy, they're actually quite pretty. They're nice and wispy. They're faux mink, and they look pretty nice. But as soon as I started handling them, the fibers of the lashes started coming out, and like many hairs came out of them. The band is very thick, and the shape of the band doesn't hold. Like when I took them off of the little plastic case, they just went like stick straight. I know they're very inexpensive, but they're just not good quality. Ardell, like the Demi Wispies, Ardell has faux mink lashes that are way better quality than this. I would just rather use those ones than these guys. Next up, we have a couple of powder products. We have the pressed highlighter in Eris and the finishing pressed powder in Toffee. Now, I tried to use Toffee as a bronzer, and It wasn't the worst, but it's definitely not my shade. And I can't really touch on it as a setting powder because that's not how I used it. So I can't really give an opinion about this, but if it doesn't work as a bronzer for me, there's no sense in me keeping it. And the highlighter, it wasn't terrible, but I just have nicer highlighters. I don't need to keep this. I did a whole swatch comparison of some of my more affordable highlighters against that AOA highlighter in my video, and you can kind of see in the video, in the swatches, that it just doesn't live up to those ones. Okay, we're in the final stretch. There's only a few left. Ugh. If anyone's been keeping up with my 9 by New Year's project pan, this is the Sephora Cleansing Oil and Balm. It's not empty. I tried my best. It's probably a third to a half done, and it is just not worth it. It didn't take off my makeup hardly at all. Like I do a double cleanse, and the cleanser that's just supposed to like clean my skin took off more makeup than this did. So this is not worth my time, and it feels really thick, and it doesn't really like melt into the skin. So I threw in the towel on this one, and I'm throwing it away. Break for cider. Cheers. Now we have a couple of mascaras. This is the Too Faced Damn Girl sample size and the ColourPop BFF mascara. Both of these are black ones. I didn't hate either of these, but I just realized I have such a large stash of mascaras that I don't want to waste my time with ones that are not my favorite, because I'm getting worried that the ones I have are going to dry out before I get to them. So, I'm not allowed to buy any more mascaras. I'm trying to cycle through them as quick as I can. I mean, right now I have 4 mascaras open because I like all 4 of them. And I just don't need to have extra mascaras laying around that I'm not in love with, because there are still ones that I want to try. And I mean, this Too Faced one was like a point perk or a gift with purchase or something. And the ColourPop one is not very expensive, so I'm not concerned about it. But neither of these were terrible. They're just not my favorite. Let's finish out with the last lip products before the final 3 items. These, again, were just ones that aren't my color. This is a Buxom Plump Line Lip Liner in Stealth. A warm nude, not my color. A Buxom Plump Amuse Me. This is, a bright baby pink. Again, not my color. And then this is the Flower Beauty Lipstick in 35 Spiced Petal. This one is actually like a pretty okay color on me, but it's kind of falling out, like it's melting out of the tube, and it's very similar to Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, which was much more expensive. So, I guess it's not an exact dupe. I have heard people talking about this being an exact dupe, but this is Pillow Talk. This is Spiced Petal. They're quite similar, not exactly the same, but I mean, you get the idea. I'd rather use up my Charlotte Tilbury than I would the Flower Beauty one. And the Flower Beauty one is probably going to break off soon anyways, so. Garbage. Dans le poubelle. Okay, last 3. This is from Makeup Revolution. It's supposed to be a baking powder. I just got this in my Makeup Revolution advent calendar. And it's like an orangey yellow. And it's very dark for me, so this isn't something I can use. There's no sense in me keeping it. This is the oh no, it's the Revolution. The Revolution glitter glue. This was fine, but I watched a video from Beauty News channel on YouTube, and they compared a bunch of glitter glues and they established scientifically that the Too Faced one was the best one, so I went out and bought it. Here's the proof. So I don't need 2 glitter glues in my life. I'm gonna get rid of the Makeup Revolution one. Now, down to the final item I'm getting rid of. This is a Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. And this is a mini. And I tried to use this once, and I'm never gonna reach for this because it's a mini. It doesn't, like, it just hides in my drawer because it's so small. But I finally got it out. I was like, I'm just gonna put this on my eye and see what it looks like, see if it's worth me keeping. And it dragged on my eyelid and the felt tip hurt my eye. So I was immediately like, nope, we're done. I'm not putting up with this because I have other liquid eyeliners that I like much better. Oh no, I lied. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have a couple more things. These are again from ColourPop. I have a lot of ColourPop things in here, but I feel like I overbuy when I buy from ColourPop because everything's affordable and I need to reach that free shipping mark, and I end up buying things that just aren't really for me. So I have 2 of these Jelly Mutt shadows, and I can't tell if they've dried out or if that's how they always were, but I tried wearing this pink one, which is Close to You, and I had so much glitter fallout. Like, my glasses were covered in glitter. Like, I couldn't see out of them, basically. So this one is a no-go. And then this is Spindle from the Disney Villains collection. It's a purple, and it's just not the color I thought it was going to be when I bought it. And its undertone is very much like kind of a gray, and that's not something I love in an eyeshadow, so I'm just never going to get the use out of it. So I'm passing this one. And now lastly, the final one. These are just some single shadows out of my collection that I decided to get rid of. Most of these are Coastal Scents. This purple one is a Divina. I'll swatch this one. It's too dark and it has too much of that gray undertone I was talking about. And then this is a Clionid Highlight. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this, but the reason I'm getting rid of this one is this is the one that came broken in my order. So I contacted them and they very kindly sent me a new one. And I was able to kind of fix the broken one. So this is the broken one that I fixed. I was like, oh, I can keep one in my highlight drawer, one in my eyeshadow drawer. But I just don't need that. So I'm just going to get rid of this one because I don't need to. I don't use it enough to warrant having 2. And that is the end. That's the end of this video. That's all the makeup I'm throwing away or passing along to someone else. If you like the video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe if you want to, and hit the bell to become a Pavlovian dog. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.